In this episode, we're going to be talking about how to promote yourself while participating in a film festival. These are tips and tricks that I've learned myself as a filmmaker and also have learned from other filmmakers that I've met at festivals who did a great job at making sure that everybody knew about their films. Before you even start submitting to film festivals, you're going to want the very basic tool, and that is going to be your main image. This is usually your poster image, but it's going to appear on a lot of your promotional materials. Make sure that it's something that really gives the audience a sense of what your movie's about. You're also going to want to make sure that you have several slightly different versions of this image, such as one in color and one in black and white. You're going to want to have different versions of your poster in order to fit whichever event that it'll be appearing in. Now, different festivals are going to require different things. Some of the smaller ones just want your movie and that's it. Some of the mid-range and larger ones are going to be looking for materials from you in order to promote your film and promote that they're showing your film. This might include not only your poster, but still photographs from your film, and also a trailer or a teaser. Make sure that you have all of these materials available and that they're in a format that's easy for the festival to obtain. If you're using festival submission platforms such as Film Freeway, you can generally upload all of these materials onto your movie page that can be downloaded by the festivals as needed. The next thing you're going to want to do is get your paper promotional materials ready. This means having some smaller versions of your poster that you can stick up on walls, or some festivals will allow you to post them different places. You're going to want to do that. You are also going to want flyer-sized versions of your poster, along with the dates and times of your screening if you know them. The other thing you're going to want is business cards. These are going to be your best tool because you can hand them out pretty much like Halloween candy. And they should have the name of your movie, your website, how to get a hold of you, things of that nature. These are going to be your best tools when it comes to mingling at the film festivals. Now, if you have a bit of a promotional budget, you might also want to consider gimmicks. Gimmicks can be pretty much anything. They can be water bottles, they can be hats, they can be t-shirts, they can be keychains, they can be pens. The important thing about them is they need to have the name of your film on them and a website address. Let's talk about a website. This is something that I see a lot of people skip over. And I can understand if you make a lot of films that you don't want to go through the trouble of making an individual website for each one. If that's the case, have a general website with your production company and list all your films there. But if you only have a few films, or even just one that you're really trying to promote, get that film its own website and update it as things happen. Every time you get accepted into a film festival, make sure that news is on your website. This website is going to be your best tool for people to be able to find your film, and you're going to want this address on all of your promotional materials that you're handing out. Another thing that I see people use a lot lately has been social media instead of a website. This is good to an extent, but I really don't recommend it, because if you give me an address for a social media platform that I don't use, then I'm not going to go see your stuff. So I really recommend having a general website and then post links to your social media pages on your website so people can find them if they follow that particular platform. Now, don't get me wrong, social media is great when it comes to being able to interact with your fans. So you are going to want to post all the information about the festival that you'll be going to. Make sure that your fans know that you will be there in person. Make sure you post that frequently on your social media. You're going to want to start at least 3 weeks before the event and post every other day. And in the few days leading up to the festival, post pretty much every day, sometimes even twice a day. You want to get the word out there as much as possible that your film is going to be screening. The next thing you're going to want to do is assemble a team to attend the festival. Now, a lot of filmmakers go alone, which is fine, but that's going to give you a lot of work and you're going to have a lot of ground to cover, especially if it's a larger festival. It's better to have at least one other person with you, but honestly, you're going to want as many people as possible. The problem here is that most festivals only give out 2 complimentary tickets to each filmmaker who's screening. So if you have an entourage of 5 or 6 people, you are going to have to buy those extra tickets. You're also going to want to make sure that those people have tickets to any VIP parties if they are available. These are often an extra charge, but when it comes to larger festivals, they're going to be the place to do a lot of your promoting and meet other filmmakers. Some of the people that you really want on your team are going to be recognizable faces from your film, especially actors who appear on your poster. If you can get the actors involved in coming to the film festivals to help promote, that's going to be something that people are going to recognize if they see your film. They're going to recognize those actors in the crowd. It's a lot easier to promote when you have the actors involved. The actors themselves have incentive to get out there because they want people to know who they are, and they want people to see that film to see how talented they are. So it's a win-win for everybody involved. Another great gimmick for your team is to get T-shirts made of your film and make sure everybody wears them. This can be an amazing tool when it comes to promoting, and it's not just a matter of just putting on the T-shirts and walking around. There are ways to utilize this to make sure that people remember it long after the festival ends. One of the things you're going to want your team members to do, especially if they're wearing your T-shirts, is mingling it and living it up with the other attendees. You'll see an awful lot of people taking selfies in groups. You want to make sure that somebody wearing your T-shirt are in those pictures. You're also going to want to try to get people talking to your actors, get pictures of that, especially in front of the poster. Do everything you can to make sure that your logo is somewhere in a picture when you're talking with people and those cameras come out. Your promotional team is also going to be handing out those flyers and business cards, talking up your film, doing everything that they can to make sure that people are going to go see your film. This is going to become incredibly important right before the film block where your movie is showing. Get those butts in seats. Anybody who can't be at the screening, make sure that they have flyers that have the information for where you might be screening next or where they'll be able to see your film later on. I can't stress enough how important having a team of people promoting your film at a festival can be. So your end goal when it comes to doing all this work while attending a film festival is to make sure that your movie stays in their minds even after the festival has ended. You want to make sure that they know about your website, that they liked your movie. They're going to remember it if they've met you. They'll remember if they've met your actors. If you're in communication with them, if you become friends with them on social media, make sure to send them a message thanking them for watching your film or talking about how much you enjoyed your conversation with them. Make sure that people remember you. Film festivals are an amazing opportunity to be able to mingle with your potential audience and get the word of your film out there. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Unconnected Filmmaker, and if you found this information useful and want to be notified when the next video premieres, just hit that subscribe button. Or if you have anything you'd like to see an episode on, feel free to comment below. See you next time, and keep those cameras rolling.